Hi guys, it's John here, and this is a look and review of the Oukitel WP33 Pro. So this is the latest and greatest phone from Oukitel, and as you can see here, we do have 5G, so this is nice to see on a rugged device. But is this the device for you? Let's try and find out. So this retails at £200, which is around $250, and for that, as always, you're getting quite a nice rugged phone for your money. So let's see what's in the box and go over the specs of the device and see if this is the phone for you. First of all, we'll just have a quick look at the box. It is quite a nice style of box here. We do get a quick overview of the specs here, but we'll run over those again momentarily. But yeah, it's nice to see a different design here, sort of carbon fiber effect here on the outside of the box. It's much more stylish than other Oukitel phones that I've seen. So inside the box, you obviously get the phone itself. You also get a user manual, get your warranty information, you get a nice fast 33 watt charger here, and you get a USB-C to USB-C cable as well. So this is the phone out of the box, and you can see here a very interesting speaker setup on the back. We'll go over that shortly. We'll also get a strap, but we'll just run over the specs of this beast of a phone and see what we have installed. So this comes with a 6.5 inch display, and that is a 90 Hz refresh rate, with a resolution of 2408 by 1080, 400 ppi and 450 nits of brightness. So it's not the brightest screen in the world, but it's more than suitable for average use. And the gubbins inside, we get a MediaTek Dimensity 6100 Plus. That runs at about 2.2 gigahertz with the Mali G57 GPU, so enough for most games on low settings. Comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM with an extra optional 12 gigabytes that you can use to increase it to 24 with your onboard storage. I'd keep it at 12. 12 is more than enough for most people. And 256 gigabytes of onboard storage. We have a massive 22,000 mAh battery, and we did see the 33 watt fast charger earlier. You can also do 18 watt reverse charging, so that's nice and quick for charging other devices around you. Standby time is rated about 258 hours, calling time 122 hours, but I'd say this phone will easily last you a good 5 to 7 days of normal use. Now on the front of the phone here, we do have a 32 megapixel camera, and that is capable of 1080p 30 FPS, as you can see here. It's actually pretty good quality cameras on this phone. On the back of the phone is the 3 camera array here, and we have a 64 megapixel main sensor, 20 megapixel night sensor, and a 2 megapixel macro. And you can see here the rear camera is capable of recording up to 2K resolution at 30 FPS. And as you can see, the quality of the camera is actually pretty good, even in low light conditions. So other than that, we do get Android 13 out of the box, and there's very little bloat on here at all. There's just your standard tool bags that you always get on your rugged devices, and some other small apps which you can easily remove if you so wish. But yeah, this 90 Hz display is nice and quick. You can't change the settings at all to make it any slower, so it will just be running at 90 Hz for the whole time, but that's not really a problem with such a massive battery. Speaking of massive batteries, this does weigh about 577 grams, so this isn't for the faint of hearted. So this phone is also waterproof for about 30 minutes at 1.5 meters, and it's also shockproof as well and dustproof. So let's just take a look around the phone now and see what else we get. So on the left side here, we have our user customizable key here. We can use that to open certain apps or turn on the torch, etc. We also get our SIM card tray here. This is a dual SIM phone, and it does support 5G as well. You can also add an eSIM onto this phone if you wish, and that just disables the secondary SIM card here. You can have a single SIM and an eSIM on top. On the bottom of the phone, we have our USB-C charging port. It is only USB-C. There's no headphone jack in there, sadly, which is a bit of a shame. We also get our microphone here at the bottom. On the right-hand side, we get our volume control, which are separate buttons here. Some good feedback. And we get our fingerprint scanner here, which you can see works absolutely fine. And it's nice and quick, as these scanners always are. Top of the phone, just our ambient mic. And on the back here, this is where the phone is really going to shine. So we firstly get this strap here, which is really solid. That's not going to be coming off anytime soon. So if you need to either attach this onto something, a belt or bag or something, you can be sure that this is not going to come off. Now it does look like you can remove it. I haven't tried it myself, but there are just a couple of screws here to actually remove this plate and remove the strap if you so wish. So that is worth noting. You could take that off. There's kind of carbon effect on the back here, but the main thing to talk about is this 8D digital sound that they are talking about here. So this is what you're probably buying this phone for this sheer volume of this speaker. This is actually a 5-watt speaker inside this phone, and it can reach apparently volumes up to 136 decibels. So that is pretty loud indeed. Okay, so I've got the decibel meter set up here. We're at 2K resolution. So let's just see how loud this 5-watt speaker can get with our decibel meter here. So not quite up to 130 decibels, like it said on the site, but we've got well over 80, or just under 80 decibels there with this speaker. It's very, very loud, and I can't imagine why you'd ever need it that loud unless you're out in a very busy environment maybe. Right, so here under settings we can see the function area of the phone, and here we can set up our options for our smart key. So we get the 1-click, double-click or long press. I normally put the long press on to open the flashlight here, and then I can just quickly hold and press this and it will turn on and turn off again. So let's have a quick look at some of the videos and photos I've taken on this phone, and you can be the judge as to whether these are good enough for you. They're pretty good. I was quite impressed actually overall with the quality of the cameras on this phone. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are after this. Okay, so here we are on the WP33 Pro, and we are recording on the rear lens, which is the 64 megapixel sensor, and this is recording at 2K resolution at 30 FPS. Now overall the colour reproduction seems pretty good. Again, green's very slightly greener than in real life. That seems to be expected. But yeah, overall other colours are coming out pretty nicely, I must say. It's a very grey, overcast day today, so no luck finding any sunshine for this video, sadly. Okay, and here we are on the front-facing camera, and as you can see, not too bad. It's slightly washed out maybe. I do have electronic image stabilization turned on and is recording at 1080p, so we'll see what the final results are like on the computer when I edit this video. But overall, yeah, it looks okay. Again, greens are very slightly greener than they are in real life, similar to the front-facing lens. But let's take some photos now. Okay, so here we are with the night vision camera, and you can see it does a pretty good job actually on getting things nice and bright in the darkness. And yeah, I've been quite impressed with this compared to other rugged phones I've tested. The night vision on this does seem to be pretty good indeed. So I've done some benchmarks on this phone, and I'm going to put those on the screen now. It fares okay. It's obviously what you'd expect from a budget device, and we're going to see now how it fares with games and whether we can get anything close to a 90 FPS in things like New State Mobile. Okay, so here we are in New State Mobile, and like I said, this can easily handle 90 FPS with no problem whatsoever. It's nice and smooth, no problems for that MediaTek 6100 CPU and the Mali G57. So I'll just have a quick look at the settings I've got set up here for you. You can see here we're at 90 FPS with light graphics but high detail, graphics resolution high, and AA turned on. So absolutely no problems there at all for the WP33 Pro. Okay, so here we are in COD Mobile, and here we can set the graphics to medium. That's the max we can set, and we can set the frame rate to high. I've got AA turned on as well with the realistic scope in all modes. So let's just have a look here. You can see, again, absolutely no problems here running at 60 Hertz. So yeah, it's really nice to see this on a more budget phone, that you can now run games nice and smoothly without sacrificing on the quality too much.
Time for afternoon tea.
It is almost time for afternoon tea, but first let's have a quick look at Genshin Impact here. So I've got this set to the lowest settings, but I have customized it and turned up the FPS to 45 FPS. We've turned off AA as well, and we can get a nice reasonably steady frame rate here whilst playing Genshin Impact. Now don't forget, it will stutter a bit when it loads up newer areas and new items on the screen, but overall it's more than playable at this setting. Okay, and here we are in PUBG Mobile, and you can see here we can set smooth and ultra or balanced and ultra. If we go to HD, we can only set it up to high. So let's just have a look what smooth and ultra is like. Right, so here we are in Cheer Park, and you can see absolutely no problems at all here. We're running at a decent, I'd say 45 FPS here, or maybe 40. You know what PUBG is like, it's a bit unpredictable what frame rate it's going to run at. Running absolutely fine, no problems at all. Obviously you've got the added bonus that you can go up to balanced, whereas if you go to HD and high, let's see how that affects things. You can see here we've gone down to about 30 FPS now on the HD. So yeah, I'd leave it on balanced and ultra if I were you. Right, and here we are in Mobile Legends, and you can see here we can set high and high.
That one little girl is gonna save someone this time. Through science, Eruditio aims to create a better future for all.
So that is the Oukitel WP33 Pro. I hope you enjoyed this video. Really great phone at such a budget price with a massive 5-watt speaker here on the back. Not a massive amount of bass particularly, but it is very loud and pretty good for listening to audio and voices. You obviously get your advantages of the night vision as well, so it's always good to have this rugged phone by your side if you're going out and about camping, or if you're on a construction site or something and you need those advantages in your pocket. So I have put an affiliate link down to the WP33 Pro in the description if you want to pick one of these up. If you've got any questions at all, do let me know down below. I'll do my best to answer them where I can. Overall, great budget phone with a good week worth of battery removable strap as well if you do want to get rid of this, and of course 5G connectivity with crystal clear voice when making calls. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.